we are going to study the human nervous system. As you know, the human nervous system mainly consists the brain and the nerves and the spinal cord. And you know, the human nervous system is well developed, highly evolved. Now see here, human nervous system consists, or it is divided into three parts. Human nervous system is divided into three parts. Central nervous system. Second part is peripheral nervous system, and the third part is autonomous nervous system. So now we are going to study about the human nervous system. You know, the cells of nervous systems are called as neurons, and some another types of cells are also present in the nervous system. We already studied in the previous lecture the different types of cells present in the nervous system. The main functional cells of nervous systems are called as the neuron, then neuroglial cells, ependymal cells, the schwann cells are the different types of cells present in the nervous system or nervous tissue. Now this system, complete human nervous system, is divided into three parts: the central nervous system, peripheral nervous system, and autonomous nervous system. In short, it is called as CNS, PNS, and ANS. Central nervous system, peripheral nervous system, and autonomous nervous system. One by one we study these three parts of nervous system. So the first part is the central nervous system. Central nervous system. Central nervous system is the part of nervous system which is present at the central axis of the body or central side of the body. So it is called as the central nervous system, and it consists mainly the two parts, that is the brain. The central nervous system consists the two parts, brain and spinal cord. Spinal cord. Now we are going to study about the brain and spinal cord. So the first part of the human nervous system is of course the brain. You know, the human brain is highly developed, most evolved, and having a very complex structure among all the animals. Human brain is weighing about nearly 1.4 kilogram, means 1350 to 1400 grams, 1.5 kilo. Less than 1500 means 1.4 kg weight. It is the weight of human brain. Then its shape is laterally slightly flattened, दोन साइडने lateral साइडने फ्लॅट झालेला आहे, laterally slightly flattened. It is hollow organ means पोकळ आहे. Hollow means it has the cavities inside it. Then it is somewhat whitish in color. Externally it is whitish color. Then it occupies the volume. Its volume is about, means its capacity is 1300 to 1500 cc cranial capacity. Its capacity is 1300 to 1500 cc. So this is about the brain. It is highly evolved, having a very complex structure. It is complex, most evolved. इव्होल्युशन मध्ये याच्यात जास्त हे झालेली आहे changes. So it is the complex evolved brain among all the animals. Now this brain is enclosed in a brainy box, bony box, that is called as the cranium. Cranium, it is also called as the brain box, bony box, which protect the brain. So this cranium is also called as calvaria. Calvaria. Cranium is also called as calvaria. As the brain is present in the cranium or cephalon, it is also called as cephalon. So the another name for brain is called as encephalon. Encephalon. Because it is present inside the cephalon, so it is called as encephalon. The in medical language, brain is also called as encephalon or calvaria. It is also called as calvaria. Now, the study of brain and the functions and structures related to brain is known as the encephalogy. Encephalogy. Actually, logi means study. The study of brain is called as, the branch which deals with the study of brain is called as encephalogy. Now about the brain. So as you know, brain is very important and delicate organ. It is protected by a bony box that is called as the cranium, the brain box. So again, this brain is covered by the three meninges or membranes that is called as the meninges. Meninges means covering or membranes. Present around the brain and the spinal cord. Meninges are the coverings or the membranes present around the brain and spinal cord, particularly for the protection. Particularly for the protection. For example, suppose this is the human brain and it is covered by exactly one membrane is attached to the brain. The first membrane is exactly attached to the brain. Then again there is small gap and the second membrane is there. Means second meninge is there. And again a small gap and the third meninge or membrane is present around the brain. And this third membrane is attached to the brain box. Cranium. It is exactly below the cranium or brain box. Now here about these three meninges. This is the outermost meninges. Singularly it is called as the meninges. Meninges. So outer, then middle and the inner. So these three meninges protect the brain as well as the spinal cord. These are called as the meninges or covering. Now here detail about the meanings. So the first meaning is called as dura mater. So dura mater is the outermost meaning. Outermost is called as dura mater. It is the outer membrane present exactly below the brain box. This is the dura mater. It is thick. This layer is thick tough, non-vascular. Non-vascular means vascular means vessels, blood vessels. This layer is without blood vessels, so it is called as the non-vascular. Fibrous. So this is the outermost membrane, meanings present below the cranium, brain box. It is attached to the brain box, and this membrane is tough, thick, कडक आहे, जाड आहे, and non-vascular means without blood vessels, and it is fibrous in nature, and particularly this membrane is for the protection of the brain. Protection. It gives the mechanical support to the brain. So it protects the brain from the injury. Then the second membrane, second meaning is called as arachnoid matter. Second meaning is called as arachnoid matter. This second middle meaning is called as arachnoid matter. This dura matter is the outer. Then middle. This middle membrane is called as the arachnoid matter. It is also thick, non-vascular. This membrane is also thick, non-vascular, means without blood vessel. It is made up from connective tissue. It has somewhat wave-like appearance. जाळ्यासारखं स्ट्रक्चर इथं दिसतंय, wave like. So the middle layer is thick but thin than the dura matter. Non-vascular means without blood vessels. It is made up from connective tissue. Its appearance is like the wave like, and it is also particularly for the protection. And between the dura matter and this arachnoid matter, this space is called as the subdural space. This space is called as subdural space. Okay, this outer membrane is dura matter, this middle membrane is arachnoid matter, and the space between the dura matter and arachnoid matter is called as subdural space. And this subdural space is filled with a watery fluid that is called as the cerebrospinal fluid. This space is filled with cerebrospinal fluid, means in short it is called as CSF, cerebrospinal fluid. And now the third membrane, innermost membrane, which is exactly attached to the brain. This is the brain, and exactly attached to the brain, the innermost membrane, the third membrane is called as the pia mater. The innermost membrane, this is the innermost membrane attached exactly to the brain, is called as the pia mater. It is the thin, this membrane is thin, vascular means with blood vessels membrane, and it is also for protection of the brain. And in between the arachnoid matter and the pia mater, again there is a small gap or space. This space is called as the subarachnoid space. Subarachnoid space is the space between the pia mater and arachnoid matter. This space is also filled with a cerebrospinal fluid. Now see here the functions of these meninges. These three meninges are particularly means for the protection of the brain. It acts as a shock absorbent. It gives mechanical support to the brain. And now here about the cerebrospinal fluid. These meninges are also covered the spinal cord for protection. Now here about the cerebrospinal fluid. It is a lymph-like, lymph सारखा आहे हे, colorless. It is the lymph-like watery fluid secreted by the cells present in the brain and the spinal cord. Particularly this CSF is secreted by ependymal cells first, then choroid plexus. The cells of the choroid plexus and ependymal cells particularly secretes the CSF, and also the cells of pia mater, innermost membrane, the cells which are present in the pia mater, these cells also secrete the cerebrospinal fluid, CSF. It is mainly secreted by ependymal cells. Then the cells of choroid plexus. Actually choroid plexus is the part of the ventricles or cavities. And the cells of pia mater. These three together secrete the CSF, the cerebrospinal fluid, the watery fluid present inside the ventricles of the brain. Now here, ventricles means cavity. Actually this is the human brain, and this human brain is not completely solid. हा पूर्णसा भरीव नाहीये. Internally it has a small cavities or ventricles. This ventricle is also present, cavity is also present in the spinal cord. This cavity is called as ventricle. And in spinal cord it is called as the central or neural canal. In spinal cord this space is called as the neural canal, and in brain these cavities are called as cavities are called as the ventricles. There are 4 ventricles inside the brain. So human brain is hollow. पोकळ आहे हा, आतमध्ये छोटे पोकळे आहेत आणि त्या पोकळ्यांना म्हणायचे ventricle. This is the first ventricle, then this is the second ventricle, then third. Suppose this is the first, second, third, and here it is the fourth ventricle. असे 4 ventricles आहे ब्रेन मध्ये. and this ventricle, ह्या ज्या पोकळ्या आहे, these are filled with a cerebrospinal fluid. So the quantity of cerebrospinal fluid in the nervous system or brain and spinal cord together, the quantity or the amount of the cerebrospinal fluid is 100 to 120 milliliter, or it is also, it occupies the space, so it is also denoted by 100 to 120 cc cranial capacity. It occupies the volume, it occupies the capacity or volume 100 to 120 cc. Sometime this quantity of the cerebrospinal fluid abnormally increases or less, and at that time there are some effects or symptoms are observed in the human beings. Now here, what is the function of cerebrospinal fluid? It is the watery lymph-like fluid secreted by the cells of brain, and it is near about 100 to 120 milliliter. And now here the functions of the cerebrospinal fluid. Of course the first function is the protection of brain and spinal cord. Spinal cord. The first function is protection. Means it acts as a shock absorbent. Liquid आहे ते बाहेरून जरी काही मेकॅनिकल इंजुरी झाली ब्रेनला, so it acts as a shock absorbent. Act as shock absorbent. Means it absorbs the shock. It protects from the injury. Then third function of the cerebrospinal fluid is that it maintain the pressure inside the brain. ब्रेनच्या आतमध्ये ते प्रेशर मेंटेन ठेवण्याचं काम करते. सो इट मेंटेन द प्रेशर इनसाइड द ब्रेन, मीन्स इट मेंटेन द वॉल्यूम ऑफ द ब्रेन. देन नेक्स्ट फंक्शन, इट हेल्प्स टू मेंटेन टेम्परेचर near the brain. Then it provide oxygen to brain. You know the demand of oxygen of brain is more as compared to other organs, because brain continuously works, and so the cells of brain require more oxygen, and so to fulfill the demand of the oxygen, this CSF is also helpful as compared to the blood. Actually blood supply to the brain fulfill the demand of oxygen, as well as the cerebrospinal fluid also provide the oxygen to the brain. Then it gives nourishment or nutrient to brain. ब्लडच्या बरोबरीनेच याच्यामधून सुद्धा ब्रेनला फूड सप्लाय केलं जातं, न्यूट्रिएंट सप्लाय केले जात आहे. सो इट फुलफिल द डिमांड ऑफ द न्यूट्रिएंट ऑफ द ब्रेन. देन इट drains the waste material from the brain. So the main function of the cerebrospinal fluid is it acts as a shock absorbent. हे जे फ्लुइड आहे shock absorbent म्हणून काम करते. It maintain the pressure around the or inside the brain. याच्यामुळे प्रेशर पण मेंटेन केलं जातं ब्रेनच्या तिथलं due to this cerebrospinal fluid. And if the quantity of cerebrospinal fluid is increases, then the pressure in the brain is increases, and it gives the pain in the head. So it maintain the pressure inside the brain, it maintain the temperature near the brain, then it provide oxygen to the brain, it gives nourishment to the brain, it drains the waste from the brain. Then it also prevents the desiccation. It prevents the desiccation. Of brain. It prevents the desiccation of the brain. So these are the functions of the cerebrospinal fluid. The question he'll ask for on this topic is that for 2 marks particularly, describe the functions of the cerebrospinal fluid. So these are the functions of the cerebrospinal fluid. This is the liquid secreted by the ependymal cells and cells of the choroid plexus. This cerebrospinal fluid is present inside the ventricles, means cavities of the brain, as well as it is present in the central cavity of the spinal cord also. It maintains the pressure and temperature near the brain. So meninges and cerebrospinal fluids we studied, and now the first part of the central nervous system. It consists the brain and the spinal cord. So The first part is the brain. आपण सुरुवात केलेली आहे brain. It is the highly evolved complex structure. It is highly complex, modified, well developed among all the animals. Particularly in human being it is well developed. It is a hollow organ, पोकळ असा organ आहे, whitish in color. Externally it is grayish white in color, and it weighing about 1.4 kg. Now see here, brain is again divided into 3 parts. The brain is divided into 3 parts. Midbrain. First part is the forebrain. Midbrain, and the hindbrain. So these are the 3 parts of the brain. Brain is divided into 3 parts: forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain. Now see here, forebrain again has the 2 parts: olfactory lobe and cerebrum. 3 parts. And diencephalon. These are the 3 parts of the forebrain. One by one we studied detail. Now we are going to study about the structure, detailed structure and functions or functional areas of the brain. So structurally the human brain is divided into 3 parts. So this complete part is called, up to this part it is the forebrain. Actually midbrain is a very small part present below the forebrain. It is somewhat hidden. This is the midbrain. It is very small part, midbrain. And this part is the hindbrain. So structurally brain is divided into 3 parts: forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain. This largest part of the brain is called as the forebrain. Then midbrain, a very small part present below the forebrain, and the posterior most part of the brain is called as the hindbrain. Now see here, the forebrain, this forebrain again divided into 3 parts. The olfactory lobe is very small part present ventrally to the brainच्या ventral side line, आणि actually it is also hidden or occupied or covered by the brain. Only at the ventral side it is visual. So olfactory lobe, suppose this is here, olfactory lobe. Then this largest part of the brain, this complete large part of the brain is called as the cerebrum, and diencephalon is present above the midbrain and below the cerebrum. Cerebrumच्या खाली हा middle ला असा थोडासा छोटा part आहे, that is called as the diencephalon. So one by one we describe the structure and function of the brain. Now forebrain मधला पहिला पार्ट आता आपण बघू. Forebrain is also called as prosencephalon. Pro means सुरुवातीचा, cephalon means brain. ब्रेनच्या सुरुवातीचा जो पार्ट आहे, that is called as the forebrain, prosencephalon. It consists the olfactory lobe. So the first part of the forebrain is olfactory lobe. These are very small paired part or bodies present in human brain. It is not well developed. So this olfactory lobe has the two part like this. There are paired olfactory lobes in human being. So this is called as the olfactory tract, and this is called as olfactory bulb, and this together complete structure is called as olfactory lobe. It is weakly developed in human being as compared to other animals. It is weakly developed, a very small part. It is particularly responsible for the sensation of smell. The function of this part is sensation of smell. So it is weakly developed. It is present at the ventral side of the cerebrum or ventral part of the brain, and it is not well developed. व्यवस्थित डेव्हलप झालेलं नाहीये. अँड द फंक्शन ऑफ दिस ऑल्फॅक्टरी लोब इज सेन्सेशन ऑफ द स्मेल. आपल्याला जो वास येत आहे त्याचं जे सेन्सेशन आहे ते इथं कंट्रोल केलं जातं किंवा त्याच्याशी रिलेटेड हा पार्ट आहे. द सेकंड पार्ट ऑफ द फोर ब्रेन इज द सेरेब्रम. This cerebrum is the largest part, occupies about 80 to 82% area of the total brain. जेवढा ब्रेन आहे त्याचा 80 ते 82% पार्ट जो आहे तो हा सेरेब्रमचा आहे. सो इट इज द लार्जेस्ट पार्ट ऑफ द ब्रेन. And in next lecture we are going to study